Boy, oh boy, do we got a good deal here, guys. Check this out. We got a 2018 Ford 150. Got a little bit of upgrades on it. It's got that stance package going on up front. Color match fender wells. So you can get that lift in. It's got rough country all around, because if it wasn't before you put this on, it sure is going to be a rough country now. Look at this, guys. We got them custom black and machine faced beautiful wheels on this thing, everybody. In the bed, we got us some goodies, guys. We got spare parts, a little bit of garbage, got some candy for your kids in there. Check it out, everybody. We got privacy curtains on this side. We got that frosted glass for her. She loves it. Got the mirror delete kit. It's a good deal, guys. Can't pass that one up. All right, what's going on, everybody? Let's talk about the issues that have arisen with this first 2 days of a trip. I had 3 cars loaded up to come to Ohio, delivered 2 yesterday. I've got 1 left now. So the brokerage that I'm delivering this next car for is a brokerage I've dealt with a few times. It's always been easy. It's been COD. There's a major language barrier there, but it's been okay so far. Now the last 2 loads, counting this one that I've hauled for these guys, they've switched from CODs to ACH payments, and they hide the customer contacts, because almost all these loads are personal deliveries. It's residential. So they've hidden all that. The last pickup that I did was a complete mess, and the time frame scheduling was just way off. I said that I would be there by noon, between 8 and noon. They scheduled it from 12 to 5, which totally messed my day up. And this one is on track to be even worse, because I picked this car up yesterday morning, which is when I was supposed to. The original arrangement that I had made, that was Monday. On Friday, when I booked this load, I arranged a pickup Monday morning, and I said I could drop off that evening. They said the customer wouldn't be there until the next day. So next day, early AM would work, 8 o'clock. I get there yesterday to pick the car up, actually talk to the customer, so it doesn't even make sense that they hide this stuff, because this stuff is usually shipping people that move. So I'm gonna talk to the customer anyway. But anyway, so I get there, I talk to him. He said that he's not gonna really be there until about noon. So I'm racking my brain. I haven't booked everything that I wanted to do yet, so it's like, you know, whatever, I can make that work. This is a decent rate, so I'll work with that, you know. Well, I gave a customer my card, and he texted me last night and said that he's not gonna be able to be there until 2 to 3 p.m. I've got 3 cars to pick up today, and he should have been the first one off. Or actually, yeah, he should have been the first one. It made me, the 3 that I ended up booking, I'm having to pick up in an order that's not ideal, but like I said, I'm working around a time frame and everything's fine. Now, the first load I picked up this morning, which is that truck, should have been my last pick. And there's a reason it's my last pick, because after I get his car off of here, it's going to be my first drop. This truck, it's a Copart truck. It does run and drive, but I'll show you what's wrong with it. But right there, see how that wheel's kicked out? Now let's look at the other one. It's even worse. Look at that one. Now when you're driving this, the wheels are wanting to go out. I think that in the damage that was on this vehicle, something has really kicked the tie rods out. Which, I mean, they look fine, but something is really, really wrong. So with that being said, it took a while to load this, and now it's further in position. I have to move this to deliver this, then I have to put this back on. But before that, now, since he's going to be so late, I said that we were going to work out. I was going to have to work out. It's going to an apartment complex, so I'm going to have to call that complex and just see where I can leave it, I guess, and leave the keys with the counter, because I cannot hold this car all day long and miss out on thousands of dollars of revenue. That's not going to happen. So now I have to drop this car off, but in the meantime, the load that I had right down the road, that was the one that should have been before this truck, it would have been my second pick today. Now I have to go pick it up first, then drop this car off. So I'm gonna have to move this truck with the messed up wheels 2 separate times now. Since it was such a pain to get up on the trailer, I'd already had his car off. I'm gonna have to move it every time and put it to the back. And that means that I'm gonna have to unstrap and mess with a total of 3 vehicles to get his off, which is staged to go first now, but he's not going to be there. No one's going to be there. And I can't get a hold of him. I can't get a hold of the broker. So now I'm like stuck with this car that's going to wind up coming off this trailer as soon as I can get it. And then I have to take everything off again to pick up the last vehicle, which should have been the first. So all this sounds kind of, you know, not really that big of a deal, but we're talking about adding. Number one, the out of route is the big issue, because that adds time and mileage, which is at an expense. The other one is just time, where I have to move 3 vehicles instead of taking one off and rolling out in an order that I could have put them in, which I originally had, but the customer wanted to change the time frame, so I have to accommodate that. The car's on my truck. I can't do anything about that. So that's where we're at there. Let's see how this goes today and see if I can get everything picked up. It's now 9:15 in the morning, and I've got my first pick, which again should have been my last, but it's on here. Let's see how this goes. All right, so back to story time here. Got in touch with the broker and the customer, both at the same time. Whoever was going to talk first is who I was going to answer. So they actually both kind of fell in at the same time. What ended up happening is that that Mustang was delivering to a parking lot, or that Mustang was delivering to an apartment complex. I told the customer and the broker too that we needed to just arrange plans with a way to leave the car at the apartments and leave the keys with the management until he got there, if he was going to be that late. Because now I would still be waiting. It's only 1:30 now. He said that his ETA wasn't between 2 and 3, and I had to come through Cincinnati, and I don't know if anybody knows what's going on with Cincinnati right now, but the bridge is a wreck, and you can't use it. So you have to take the bypasses, which is flooded with all the interstate traffic. But anyway, so we got that off. Everything worked out good, but it's all red flags, you know. It's like, I mean, that could have easily very quickly not worked out good and ended up costing me a lot of money and pushing me back and basically wasting an entire day. So we picked up the truck first this morning, the wonky truck with the really bad issues going on with the tires. The strap is straight. I know it don't look like a lot, but they're both of the tires are actually turning opposite directions outward, and the reason it was so annoying and frustrating this morning was because when I was pulling it up, and especially down, when I'm coming off of the ramp, which I got to move this thing 3 times now because if I had to rearrange it all. Coming down the ramp, since the front tires are kicked out as you're rolling, it keeps wanting to slide my ramps off of my trailer, and these are oversized tires anyway, and I don't have a lot of space along my trailer, but there's no stop here for the ramp, so it just keeps wanting to slide. One of my ramps were about that far off of the trailer last time, so that was really fun. So I get to move it now to load up that Equinox over there, the red one, and put this back in the rear. And as soon as that happens, that Equinox is going in the middle. This truck's going right back where it is, except a little bit further back. And this will be the first thing off my truck tomorrow morning. So all in all, it all panned out. It could have went south super fast, but yeah, 1 drop and 3 picks today. And I will be headed to, this is going to Nashville. That Equinox back there is going to Montgomery, Alabama, and the Civic up top is going to Pensacola. So that's it then. Last pick of the day. Got the truck on there. The Equinox, pretty close. Could have went up more than that, but anyway, should be good to go. Almost missed this ding up here by the fuel cap. Just about got by me. Hard to say, it's an odd color to see, honestly. I've never really dealt with that much, but anyway. That's it then, everything worked out, which is rare. So, could have been a bad day, ended up being all right. So, we'll see you guys next time.